Peace, family. This is Lions Den with another news and commentary. This article is from the Atlanta Black Star. Wisconsin woman calls cops on man entering his own car, then flees the scene. A Wisconsin woman became highly suspicious of a man who struggled to get into his vehicle after gaining access and rummaging through the vehicle for something. Except it turns out the vehicle belonged to Covante Davis, who locked his car and proceeded to put money in a parking meter. After realizing he left the money in his car, Davis returned to his car, but passenger door doesn't open. He went around to the driver's side, opened the car and grabbed some change. As this played out, a white woman was busy taking pictures of him, yelling at him, and calling 911. Davis posted a brief 20-second capturing the woman and stated, "I was getting ready to put money in a meter or whatever, and she has nothing else better to do and asked me if I was breaking into my car. She said she was going to call the cops, so I was going to wait for them to prove that this is my vehicle." Davis provided more details to Newsweek. "I hit unlock, but it wouldn't open, so I went around to the other side and opened the door after hitting unlock. And by that time, I hear this lady shouting, screaming, 'Dude, why are you breaking into that car? Whose car is that? Does it belong to you?' When the cops arrived on the scene, the unidentified woman, deep concern for alleged robbery in progress, dissipated. She left just as they arrived. Davis said the encounter with the Milwaukee police chief was brief. After learning Davis was a corrections officer and completing the verification process, an apology was given and Davis was sent on his way. The real apology, however, needs to come from the woman who called 911. Davis hopes she'll step forward to offer an apology for wasting the police department's time and stereotyping racial profiling, but mostly be accountable because Davis feared that things could have escalated if he didn't handle himself professionally with the cops. He added to Newsweek, "Maybe she thought the vehicle didn't belong to me, and that's why you ask questions. You don't jump to conclusions." So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video, and I'm gonna finish the rest of my commentary.
This lady here is calling the cops on me because I was getting ready to put money in a meter or whatever, and she has nothing else better to do and asked me if I was breaking into my car. Says she's going to call the cops, and I'm actually going to wait for them to prove that this is my vehicle because she has nothing else better to do.
So you see, ladies and gentlemen, another Becky called cops on a brother who's thinking that he's breaking in. The only problem is he's trying to get in his own vehicle. Now, what if the police arrive there and then start shooting at him? But then turns out that this woman ran away when the cops get here. See, another case of people call the police for no apparent reason. And so, obviously, they think that it was a botched rob or try to break in person's car, and it turns out that is his own car. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I told you, if things going to continue to happen if people don't say anything about it. Now, like I said before, why can't they call Congress or Senate to create a law that a person that called 911, unless if it's an actual emergency, will be fined or put in a couple of days in jail? I bet you if they do that, they will stop all of this. But unfortunately, they're not going to do that because they're going to say, "Well, you see it, say it." I just don't believe that. I believe that if they could at least ask questions on what's going on. But you hear it first. Another Becky at it again. I'm gonna call this Breaking Brenda. No, Breaking Barbara. That's what I'm gonna call it. Breaking Barbara in this case. So what he's saying is that Breaking Barbara just claiming that he think he breaking it into his own car and then call 911. But luckily nothing happened. Luckily the brother explained to the officer what was going on, that that's his own vehicle. He proves to the officer that it isn't the own vehicle, and he said that, you know what, that's cool, you know, and they went on their way. See, again, Breaking Barbara didn't have anything else better to do but to call the cops on him for no apparent reason, as usual. And this has to stop. incidents like this can get anybody killed. But again, another case of course, Becky, also known as Breaking Brenda, calling the cops on a brother who's who locked out his keys, which just happens, into his car. And luckily, they open the door up, and there it is. So this is just getting ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen, and this needs to stop. But unless people speaking out and go to Congress and have a bill set up that 911, or if it's not an emergency, don't call 911 unless if it's an actual emergency, then guess what? If you do that, then they will either get a fine or days in jail. But we'll see if they're going to do that, but I'd highly doubt it. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video. Share this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my reaction channel, and subscribe to my Black Junction channel for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions signing off. Deuces.